I felt like getting vulnerable and stepping out of your own comfort zones when it comes to musical genres allowed you to give us pretty much the best performance yet. In saying that, what were some of the most comfortable and uncomfortable moments in tonight's performance?
I would say the most uncomfortable moments, actually, there's a thing that Josh says right before our performance is that, like, if we're one, we're vulnerable. If we're two, we're
defendable.
Okay. And if we're three, we're unstoppable. Right. And so personally, when I have to step out and sing a solo line, of course, I'm just going to be more vulnerable and scared, especially with a Coldplay song like Moody like this. I'm just going to feel vulnerable and out of place a little bit. But once we can lock into some 3-part harmony, I feel unstoppable again. So that's kind of a personal answer. Would you agree with that that solo moments are the hardest?
Yeah, especially in a genre that you're not comfortable with.
Yeah.
And like a song that's very new. Like I was using a very different style of singing than I ever have. But it was fun to experiment with. And
Yeah.
It
just felt like triple the uncomfortability, because we're 3 people being real uncomfortable.
But then when we all were singing together,
we're all singing together. We're like, okay, it's fine. But also it's like, this is just not our genre. I'm out of place here. We're gonna act like we do this, but we really don't. And it was just like all right, let's play our parts. And we did it to the best of our ability, and I'm grateful for the experience. I felt so scared.
Yeah, it was scary.
I feel like my most comfortable thing was probably that vocally I was really confident in the song, and I just know I had it down packed. I practiced it a lot. But the most uncomfortable thing was probably knowing that I had to really engage and not just stand still, because it's really awkward to just stand still when you're in an up-tempo song. So knowing that you kind of constantly have to be moving and doing something to keep the audience entertained and keep viewers at home entertained, it's just a lot of pressure, but I'm confident. I think I did well. So yeah.
Yeah, it was different for me. Like Kaylee, I'm usually standing at a mic stand or walking up slowly to hit a big note on a slow song. And this week was totally the opposite. The thing is though, is that this is part of my show. Like if you come to my show, you know what I'm saying? So I was excited to do it, but nervous to do it on live TV in front of millions of people, because the variables are like things could go really bad, you know what I'm saying, breath control wise and stuff. And so that's probably the most uncomfortable situation in the song tonight, but I feel like it was really great. So I'm very thankful for it, and yeah, really proud of it.
For me, the most comfortable part would definitely be bringing the soul in the runs. Towards the end, it was definitely soulful on the chant part, like where it's like, don't go crying, super soulful. And I really have fun on that, adding the ad libs. And I think the most challenging part would also be still trying to honor the song, which is that of Haley and Paramore. Definitely don't want to get too away from it, because it is such a straightforward song. You don't want to do too much and you don't want to underdo it. So I was trying to find the balance of making sure I'm honoring the artist, but yet still adding my own style in my own runs and things that I like to do and people know me for, and not Haley. So that was part of a challenge, but I feel like I had the right balance, and it was fun.
For me, I think R&B and soul, and the song has such an iconic melody. So finding a way to make it my own, but not just too distant from what everyone knows was a little bit of something that was uncomfortable. Also, I think the song has such a true groove to it, and that's not the style of music I typically sing. I like to hold out notes and, really live in those moments and those big swells, and this song doesn't really allow for that. So finding a way to kind of to make a balance and make it my own, I think that was the biggest hurdle for me this week. And I will say what helped me and got me through this performance was only God, because if you would have came to me a few days ago, I would have been shaken. I was so nervous.
Weirdly, I agree with you. Like seeing other people's performances, it's like people are out of their comfort zones. It's producing the best performances that I feel like some people have ever had. It's the only performance that I've had on this show that I feel genuinely proud of. I think that, it was like stepping into a new genre and stepping into something that it's a song where there's a lot of pressure vocally. And you really there's not much else going on except for the vocals, because it's musically, it's like the strings and the piano. So there's a lot resting on, you know, how you deliver the song. And I realized that even though it was out of my comfort zone, it actually felt really right. And, you know, having Ariana's guidance and the guidance of the band and having time to rehearse and everybody making sure that we were so well prepared. I feel like a lot of people in this week, you know, even though they were presented with a challenge, like got to a place where they could feel really confident with it. And we overcame a lot and worked on a lot of stuff vocally, and we had to perfect a lot of stuff and really for this song make sure everything was very together. And we did that, and I think it was the best performance we've had on the show.
It was really fun. The spaciousness of the arrangement, having the string quartet on there. And as I listened to, I got to hear several of the other performances. It's really fun to hear these singers doing a different genre, and in particular, Paris Whittingham. I was just blown away as usual by his performance. And in some ways, I think that is true, that by getting into a different genre, it kind of just opened up space for everyone, certainly for us. And that made for some better performances, I think, than might have been expected.
I agree with what you guys said. I feel like we're all like creative people. So getting to like step outside and have like a moment to, you know, do like learn something new, I guess. I feel like that's something that was really cool about this experience this week. Yeah, I think that was probably one of my favorite things, just being able to explore a different like genre and a different way of performing. And that was also, you know, difficult, like doing things that you're not used to, or just being like vulnerable because you're doing something different from usual. It was just, I guess it made me personally a little more nervous going into it and stuff, but I think it was a great experience overall. I really loved getting to do something cool, like different, you know.
Although I've heard Jolene many times, it's one of those types of songs you think you definitely know the melody, but you're not quite sure about the lyrics. So it was like, I was terrified, like, please don't screw this up, please. And but it also, this type of song gave me the opportunity to tell stories. That's what I want to do, is tell great stories. So it gave me the ability to do that. And because I got restrictions, all I could do was stand there. So it was perfect.
I'd say the risk for me was making it my own, because people know the song exactly as it came. And so there's that risk that they may not like, you know, my version or the choices I made musically and worked with the band on. So that felt vulnerable in a way, because it's not expected, but I really enjoyed that because I was able to show America that I arrange music and that I, you know, have my own voice even within the context of another written song. So it was really liberating in a way, but also a little scary because I'm like, I hope this resonates. But it was well worth it and worth all the trouble and the work.
I kind of feel like, you know, this song, you know, gave me a chance to kind of give a way smoother side of my voice, you know, and I know a whole lot of people wanted to hear the grit and the growl and everything, and I was like, I'll put the brakes on there for a little bit, and I'll give it to you when I'm ready to give it to you. You know, I wanted to build up the anticipation for that, and I feel like I did that well tonight. You know, to take my time and tell the story, and then when I'm ready to holler at y'all, then, you know, go ahead and let the lion out of his cage and go ahead and scream at y'all for a little bit. But no, it felt good tonight, and I felt like I was in my pocket, and I felt like everything went well.